Okay, you want to say hi to everybody?
Yes. Hi.
You want to tell everybody anything?
No.
Okay, you go have fun eating, be nice and quiet so Daddy can make his video. So, welcome back everyone. Today we are going to be tearing apart my jumper T-Lite. I did this for it took me probably 2 hours. First, I was getting frustrated because I couldn't fit the right screwdriver into the right holes. Then the little screwdriver wasn't very strong, and I'm going back and forth with the screwdrivers trying to get these annoying little screws out of the jumper T-Lite. Back and forth, back and forth. It's like, am I really tightening or screwing it? Oh, there we go. We got it. We got it off. And as you can see, very quickly, the problem was that I tried to turn on my jumper T-Lite and it gets stuck at the 4 squares. And I realized I actually have to take off the antenna to be able to open it. So we took off the antenna and now we're opening up the jumper T-Lite. So having to disconnect everything from the boards. Basically, the jumper, it gets bricked, it gets stuck. They have a manual where you can look at. Oh, there's Avery helping out a bit. So we're disconnecting the board, and I really don't want to take the antenna out, so we're going to see if I can pull it out without having to undo the antenna. You got to take out all the screws, disconnect all the things, try and remember where they go, and now see the antenna, it's in my way. But you're getting to see everything at at least 8 times faster than how it was, so it's nice and easy. So there's all these switches, and the switches have capacitors and stuff. So you look at the manual, which I'm going to have in the description below. You take out your multimeter and you got to check each of the switches, but first you got to make sure it's powered up. If you don't connect it to power, you're not going to be able to do this. So I connected it to power. There I am with my multimeter. So amazing. You know, I've never used a multimeter in my life, and now FPV, I saw everyone doing it. I'm like, I can do this, I'll figure it out. So you're checking all the switches, and they'll have a power of about 3.2, and if one doesn't have a power of 3.2, like if it's lower or not powering right, then that's probably the one that you have an issue with. And if you have an issue with that one, then you look at the diagram, which is going to be in the description below once again, and it'll show you which capacitor, I think it's a capacitor, that you have to remove from the board. So I'm checking everything, and it seems like the middle one is the one with the issue, but the middle one isn't one of the ones that have the issue. So I'm looking at the pictures, I'm like, huh, which one do I take off? Okay, let's take this off. So I'm trying to get it off with my solder. Oh my goodness. Oh. Okay. So we got it off. I'm going to check out if it works. And it seems that we have the same issue. It turns on, we see the cute 4 little bricks. And that's that. Avery. So here we go again. And it's pretty frustrating to not really know what you're doing, and then also at the same time you're like, okay, I'm gonna check them all. They work, let's check them again. And maybe I did something wrong. I'm trying it again. And also, as you're soldering pieces off of your board, it makes you feel like you're breaking this thing, and you get to a point where you're just like, well, it doesn't work anyways, so how much harm can I do to it? So I think I just decided at some point, you'll see me come back on the screen and be like, well, I tried, it's still not working, and this is terrible. So let's commit Harry Carey to our whole board. Let's just take them all off. Let's look at the picture, and let's just take every capacitor off that it says you can take off. Yeah, so me going to town, I'm gonna take off. Oh yeah, this still doesn't work, so not feeling very hopeful. Yeah, here I am. Yeah, so I took off a couple capacitors. I looked at the thing and it didn't really work, so now I mean business, you know. I'm not going to waste any more time. I'm going to take all the little capacitor things that I can get off. Thrilling, you know, very exciting. I'm like, how do people even stick these little things on there or like repair things? Because like the tip of the soldering iron is bigger than the whole little capacitor. Like, they're so tiny. I don't know how people repair and fix these things. And something very exciting is about to happen. I'll tell you. Okay, I'll tell you before it even happens. I am about to melt one of the switches off of the board. So that made, you know, when you like, you know, they pass the point of no return, you're like, there you go, there's the switch, it's gone. I murdered it. The board is basically probably useless now, but I don't really need that trim switch, so who knows? Maybe it'll work without a trim switch. But anyways, you know, you should just do this.
What are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
Thank you for joining me on the murder of my jumper T-Lite, and I'll see you next time when I use a better controller. Jumper T-Lite, make better controllers, okay? Happy flying.